and he's been spamming me. So let's see what he has to say. Hello, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm not here for a debate, but you can record this.
I'm waiting to know what you wanted this conversation for. Dude, what is this? I'm gonna leave the call if you play this music. I was here for a conversation. I'm not here to listen to your music, man. Alright. You have 10 seconds. You have 10 seconds and I'm gonna leave.
Why are you running?
I'm not running, man. I'm here for a conversation. I'm not here to listen to your music.
It's not copyright for your YouTube channel. It's not copyright.
What did I just say? Could you hear the words that I just said? I want a conversation. I don't care to hear. I don't care to hear your music. It's in a different language. It's in a different language I don't understand, and I don't care to hear it. What's up, man? What do you need?
I don't need anything from you.
You don't need anything from me, so why'd you invite me to a party chat? Am I here for your entertainment? Are you here just to harass me? Because you've been I'm asking you a question. Will you stop or do I need to block you?
You're asking me what you should do.
I'm asking you if you are going to stop or if I need to block you.
Don't ask me what you should do.
Okay, it sounds to me like I need to block you.
It's not in my control of what you should do.
Yeah. Kicked me. That's fantastic. I'm gonna unblock him because I'm not sense. And then me, the dumbass, of course, will unblock him so that he can do it again. But next time I block him, it's going to be permanent. It's like he doesn't learn. It's just one of the saddest things. He's a moron. He's a literal moron. Me? Oh, see, I'm not a moron. I'm stupid. See, I know I'm stupid, so I work towards not being stupid. Versus him, who's a moron. See, he doesn't know he's stupid. Oh yeah, he doesn't know he's stupid. He sent me images and stuff that say stuff like, I'd have to. I don't wanna mess it up, but it's along the lines of, oh, atheists say everyone else is dumb but me, and then right after that he posted an image from a quote from the Quran saying they are dumb, deaf, and blind because they don't believe. And it's like that's literally the same thing, and he just doesn't understand it. In his brain, it's like, yes, they are all stupid. They think that we are the stupid ones. It's like that's literally what you just did. You want to hear some of the bigotry he has against Americans? No, you got in it. You asked. Oof. verify what I said.
Okay, so can you cite a person who's done research into this, or some kind of...
What do you mean research? All you have to do is ask people. I've spoken to a lot of people, and then all you got to do is say, hey, are you spiritual? And they'll say, yes. And then you ask, okay, so what do you believe in and why? And then when they give you the reasons for why they believe something, it's always befuddled with something. Sorry about that, my controller died. Yeah, so it's always befuddled by sophistry and nonsense, things that aren't provable, true, nothing objective. It's always something that someone else told them or a belief that they taught themselves. It's indoctrination, self-indoctrination, or by others, people, by society. If you let me give you an example instead of interrupting me, I could explain it to you better.
I need to clarify something.
Uh-huh.
When you use the word prove, how do you prove something?
You show it objectively to.
What are the tools and instruments
You show it objectively to other people with their own eyes. You can test this for yourself. In other words, if you can test it for yourself, then you can show it to be objectively true.
Okay, so if I say many people have done an experiment,
Mm-hmm.
and you can verify that for yourself,
Mm-hmm.
would that be true?
Well, it depends on the experiment. If someone drops a pen and says this pen, if the pen hits the floor, then it proves God exists. That's just not an experiment. Like I can do the experiment myself, but it doesn't mean that the experiment led to the right conclusion. Correct. That's exactly what I'm trying to explain to you.
Right, a pen falls. The conclusion is when you drop a pen, it falls, right? And everyone can make that conclusion.
Why do pens hit the ground when you let go of them?
That isn't my point.
I'm asking you a question.
We're not here to talk about science.
I asked you a question.
What's that got to do with the subject?
I asked you a question.
It's irrelevant.
No? I asked you a question.
It's irrelevant.
Okay. I asked you a question, though. You can either answer the question or move on, but saying it's relevant doesn't do anything to move the conversation forward. So I asked you a question. You can either answer it or not. So.
My point wasn't about how the pen falls. My point was about the whole point of doing an experiment.
Mm-hmm.
It's verifiable.
Right.
What my point is...
And I'm trying to give you an example of something verifiable, but you won't let me. So I don't know what to do.
Okay, go ahead.
No, you're going to interrupt me as soon as I start. And then you're not going to answer any of the questions.
No, I won't. Go ahead and make it.
But you already said that. You literally just said, I don't see the relevance of that question, I'm not going to answer it. See, so because you don't see the relevance of the question, you refuse to answer it. So you already admitted that you won't let me give you an example.
Asking me a question, I want you to make your point.
I am trying to, but you won't help me here at all. Nothing. You are completely rude.
Are you able to do that?
No, I'm not able to do that. I need to have a conversation in order to make my point. I can't. You're not a child for me to dictate to, and I'm not going to do that. I'm trying to have a conversation with you, which is why I'm asking you questions. If you don't want me to ask you questions, then what's the point of having a conversation? I could just have my own YouTube channel and just rant on onto the microphone.
No, I'm asking you to make your point, and then we can have a conversation afterwards.
I'm trying to, but you won't go along with the conversation.
Look, I don't need to go along with it.
Oh, you do have to. In order for us to have a conversation, you kind of have to follow along with it. You have to listen and respond to what I say. If you don't do that, then it's not a conversation.
I'll give you 1 minute to make...
Holy shit, you'll give me a minute. Damn, son. That's very kind of you. A whole minute. All right, well, let's see what I can do with a whole minute. Santa Claus is a belief that children are given when they're growing up. They are indoctrinated into the belief. It isn't until later, once enough people in society say, nah, that ain't real, that children usually give it up. Rarely there will be a child who says, I don't believe that. I need to test this and check to see if it's true. And they will verify information. That is one way that kids grow out of the belief that Santa Claus is real. Now, the only issue is that a lot of these kids only learn that Santa Claus isn't real based on society telling them, hey, Santa Claus isn't real. So they just believe it because of that reason. But then they keep the whole God is real thing in their heads, even though they learned it at the same time as a Santa Claus is real. So because all of society says God is real, and they all say Santa Claus isn't real, no one believes in God. No one believes in Santa Claus, but everyone believes in God. That's pretty much the gist of it. It's not hard science. It's anthropology. It's tribalism. This is stuff you can look up for yourself. I tried explaining it with science. If you want to have a conversation, we can have a conversation. So I'm going to ask you one more time. What is, why does the pen hit the ground when you let go of it?
Okay, so now let me respond to what you've been saying. The point that you made was not relevant to what we were talking about, right? It's not about these imaginary things that people...
So like I said, you're just going to say that it was irrelevant and you're going to disregard everything I said. That's pretty much what I predicted you would say.
Not what we...
Thank you. Good. I already know what you're going to say. Go ahead and move on. Ask a different question then. I already tried giving you the information. You won't listen. Yeah, you won't listen to me. I already told you spirituality is indoctrinated. Yeah, it is the same thing. It's indoctrinated. Those kids feel Santa Claus is real. They really feel it in their hearts.
Give me evidence.
I just told you. Go talk to a kid and ask him. Ask him if he believes Santa Claus is real, and ask him if he believes Santa Claus is real the same way that he believes God is real, and he'll tell you, yep, the same exact way.
I'm not talking about God here.
I am. Spirituality, God, all that stuff, all that nonsense, that is all 100%. Yes, it is nonsense. It is 100% nonsense. It is voodoo. It is hoodoo. It is it's not real. It's just people feel a certain way and therefore it's real. It's a chemical balance inside your brain that makes you feel like it's real.
You have a spiritual nature.
No, I never said that. I told you.
You have a soul.
No one has a soul. That's not a thing. Again, that's a metaphor. A soul is a metaphor for the human life experiences that you've had. It's not an actual tangible thing inside you. Just like spirituality is a metaphor for the experiences that you feel towards a certain situation. It has nothing to do with anything real. That's anything real. Period.
What do you consider as real?
Real, something tangible, corporeal, something that has form.
What about consciousness?
Consciousness is a mechanism. It's your brain actively moving stuff around inside of it. Usually electrons and whatnot, hormones. Yes, literally that's neuroscience. That is literally neuroscience.
It isn't.
Yes, it is. That's neuroscience right there.
You can't prove consciousness through science, I'm afraid.
Yep. That's a nonsensical claim, but okay. Yeah, prove it. Go ahead, prove it. Yeah. Prove that I can't do something that they are literally already doing. In fact, you know what? Don't even answer that. Just go to Mindscape or something. I forgot the name of it. There's this YouTuber who did his own neuroscience-y exams and stuff using placebo effect and whatnot. It's fantastic. Vsauce is his name. It's very good. You should really catch up on this stuff. You're behind by about 500 years. It's pretty bad. Yeah, again, like, why do you do that? Why do you pretend to laugh like that? Do you do that as a defense mechanism? Like, I don't understand.
No, hold on a second.
Are you trying to front? Is that what it is? Is it like fronting?
Can you prove what you said about spirituality?
I'd already told you and explained to you multiple times I can. You don't seem to be following along in the conversation. Can you prove to me that a child doesn't believe in Santa Claus?
You're asking me to prove something.
Yes, and you're asking me to disprove something. So go ahead. Do you believe that a child believes in Santa Claus? If a child came up to you, and said, "I believe in Santa,"
you don't just say things and not back it up with evidence.
I know, and I'm giving you the evidence, but you won't listen to the evidence. The evidence that I'm giving you is not going to be the stuff that I'm going to give you. No, listen to me. The stuff I'm giving you is not my opinion, and the stuff I'm giving you is not academic evidence. Okay, this is stuff that you can literally see for yourself and talk in real life. This is human experience. This is the human experience. It's not an opinion. This is reality. This is how life works. If you give a child information, they will believe it until they find information that contradicts it. Because that's what spirituality is. It's just something you were told from a very young age and that most of society agrees on. It's not a real thing.
But in what way do you believe in spirituality then? Because you did say you...
I already told you it's as a metaphor.
A metaphor for what?
For the way you feel about things. Certain things. There's an example of a guy who saw a waterfall, and it was frozen because it was so cold, and from that he felt that God was real, because there were 3 waterfalls, and you know, the 3 in the I forgot what it's called in English, but it's the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit are 3 in 1. He believed in that too. So when he saw that, he was like, God must be real. And that emotion that he felt at that moment, that emotion is spirituality. That right there, that belief that he told himself, that he self-indoctrinated himself with, that right there is what spirituality is. It's a metaphor for an emotion and personal experience. It's much like how love and anger are metaphors. I already told you how. You won't listen to me. Yeah, sure, man.
So what science?
Yeah, you test it for yourself objectively. Like, it just seemed like you're asking a question without even knowing what you're asking. You're just saying, can you back it up with science? Like, that's not a thing. You don't... Science is the act of testing something, verifying it, showing it to someone else, and having that person test and verify it. That's what science is.
Can you tell me which scientist says what you said?
Anthropology. The entire study of anthropology. No, listen to me very carefully. The entire study of anthropology. Do you know what anthropology is?
Name me one.
Anthropology. I just told you a science field. A science field. Look for anyone. Look for anyone in anthropology, and they will all tell you. You can look for anyone in sociology. You can look for anyone in psychiatry. You can look for any priest. You can talk to any human being in the world that has ever spoken to a child, and they will tell you, yes, children are naive, and they will. I just cited to you every single person in the world that has ever spoken to a child will agree with everything that I've said right now, like everything. I don't have to give you a name. What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? I don't have to. I don't have to. I don't have to. You're not listening. I don't have to. Nope, not a single one. That is an appeal to authority. I'm not going to give you an appeal to authority. If you want information like that, you can just look up anything that I've given you today.
That isn't appeal to authority.
It is an appeal to authority. You're asking me to give you the name of a person for you to like cite, for me to cite, and I'm telling you that I don't have to. I'm citing to you the information itself. I don't have to. No, I don't. I don't have to give you.
With a credible source.
No, I don't. That is not how things work. I am giving you a credible source. The source is the source. The entire field of sociology. That's the source. No, dude. The source is the entire field of sociology. If you talk to a child, you're not even listening though. If you talk to a child and the child believes you, then the child believes you. There is nothing difficult here for you to understand. What is wrong with you? No, seriously, what the fuck is wrong with you? If I told you 1 + 1 = 2, yes, I will fucking curse all I want. What the fuck is wrong with you? Do you have a shit for brains or something? You're not listening. This is the issue. I'm not. What ad hominem did I throw to you? I just told you you're not listening. Do you have shit for brains? Do you have brain worms? Are you incapable of listening?
When you thought I insulted you and you left.
Yeah, you called me a bitch and you said I was stupid.
I didn't call you.
I'm asking you if you have shit for brains because you're not listening. You're proving to me that you do have shit for brains, it seems like.
That's your opinion. You can.
It's not an opinion. You're definitely proving it right now. You have brain worms. You're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm literally telling you that anyone can prove this for themselves. All you have to do is talk to a child. What have I said that I need to prove with science? Tell me. What have I said?
I mean, everything. If I say something in it, right? It's not just speak to anyone. I can tell you my religion, and I can tell you go speak to Muslims, and they'll agree with me.
No, they won't.
So if I say God exists, you can go speak to Muslims and they will also say that. It's not.
They probably will. The Muslims probably will agree with that sentence. Yeah.
It's not evidence though. That's not evidence.
Yeah, but what about the atheist Muslims? The ones that are only Muslim for the culture. They're not Muslim for belief in God.
Well, I'm just talking about.
I asked you a question.
The definition of a Muslim.
I asked you a question.
And I'm answering your question.
No.
I'm not talking about the
So you're telling me there are no atheist Muslims?
I'm not talking about minorities.
So you're telling me there are no atheist Muslims?
You're straw manning.
I'm asking you a question. It's not a straw man.
You're straw manning.
I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question. Are there atheist Muslims? Yes or no?
I don't know. Not that I've met.
Right. Why have you never met an atheist Muslim? I'll give you the answer, but I'm going to guess that you refuse to answer this question. Why haven't you met any atheist Muslims?
Why have you never met a flying donkey or something? Flying kangaroo?
I'm waiting, man.
Why have you never met a flying elephant?
Okay, flying elephants aren't real except for Dumbo in a story. I'm asking you, why have you never met an atheist Muslim?
Because I've never met one, that's why.
You never met one. So, have you ever looked for one?
Why do I need to look for one? Have you looked for a flying elephant?
Yeah, it's called Dumbo. I already found it. It was a story. It's fake. And I'm asking you a question. Have you ever found an atheist Muslim?
Have you found a flying sheep?
Holy shit, I'm asking you a question. You don't want to take this serious?
Have you found a flying sheep?
Okay, so there are atheist Muslims out there, and the majority of them are persecuted by people like you, the Muslims.
You can't be atheist and Muslim.
Yes, you can.
You can't.
Yes, you can. And those people get persecuted and killed.
It's a contradiction.
It's not a contradiction. It's the same way that there are atheist Christians, and there are atheist Buddhists, and there are atheist Jews. They don't believe in a God. They just follow the religion because it's socially acceptable to follow the religion, but they don't believe. They're only doing it because everyone else is doing it. They don't actually believe in a God.
Then they're a hypocrite. They're not a Muslim.
No, they are Muslim. So you're saying that they're not Muslim even though they do everything you do?
So is that the definition of a Muslim? Just doing some actions?
Yeah, doing the actions and having the beliefs. That's a Muslim.
Well, if he doesn't have those beliefs, then he's not a Muslim.
No, he has the beliefs. He just doesn't have the belief that a God is real. He doesn't believe that God did everything, but... No, see, this is the thing. You're a bigot, so you can't understand it. It's hard for you to wrap your brain around this. You're not a bigot now. You've always been a bigot because that's what your religion taught you. If you would let go of the bigotry and the hatred, then you wouldn't be a bigot anymore. The religion taught you to... the religion is literally telling you that there are no Muslim atheists, even though there are.
There are no atheist bigots.
Yeah, there probably are.
Okay, so it's not religion that makes you a bigot.
No. It's definitely not religion that makes you a bigot. You're a bigot because of your society. I mean, you were taught things, and you by yourself, you choose to be rude. Your own society. I have no fucking clue where you live in or what you're raised in. I don't know. It's the way you act and behave. You spread bigotry and hatred. You literally say negative things, condescending things that are not true about other people based on their color, their religion. No, I don't. I say true things. Like, for example, Muslims, they don't eat pork. Look at that. I said a true thing. I didn't say Muslims are trying to kill me, because that's not true. Not all Muslims are trying to kill me. What you've said, however, is something along the lines of all atheists believe that they're smarter than everyone else and everyone else is stupid. That's what you've said to me. And then alongside with that, you also wrote that the Quran says that everyone else who doesn't believe in the Quran is stupid. So it's like you're too thick-headed to understand the two things that you said yourself.
You be an atheist and you think you're dumb, though. It doesn't make any sense. Obviously, you think you're smart, right?
No, I'm actually really stupid, and that's a point, that a person who recognizes their limitations can move past them. But you seem to think that you already have all the answers with the Quran, so you've stopped looking for answers. You seem to think that science is this thing that someone can just cite in academia.
Do you need to look for more answers?
If I believe 1 + 1 = 2, yeah, because there's still 2 + 2 = 4, there's still 5 × 5 = 25, there's still a bunch more questions that need to be answered. So yes, I keep looking for more. I don't stop at 1 + 1 = 2.
No, just that equation, 1 + 1. Is there any more answers that you can find?
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about. Stop playing dumb.
I'm not playing dumb. I'm asking you a question. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the equation 1 + 1.
What about it?
What is it equal to?
2.
Is there any other answer you can get for it?
For 1 and 1?
Yeah.
No.
So why would you keep looking for the answer to that equation?
No. So you misunderstand. I'm not looking for another answer to 1 and 1 = 2. I'm waiting to hear why you think 1 and 1 doesn't equal 2. That's the
I
difference.
never said it doesn't equal to.
Listen to me very carefully in this metaphor, because I'm going to try and explain it as carefully as I can so that you, even you, as someone as stupid as you, can understand it. So I want you to listen carefully, okay? Listen to me very carefully. 1 + 1 = 2 is my belief. I am waiting to hear why you're telling me 1 and 1 doesn't equal 2. It means that me, as a person, I am open to hearing information that'll change my mind about 1 and 1 = 2. So something that I know for certain is 2, I am still willing to hear why you believe it isn't 2. That is what I'm trying to explain to you. I'm not talking about you specifically are telling me that 1 and 1 isn't 2. I'm using a metaphor here. Are you able to follow my metaphor, or are you too slow to understand it?
Okay, so you think 1 + 1 = 2 does not equal 2 definitively?
Okay, I'm going to say this. I'm going to try and explain this another way for you to understand, because you didn't seem to understand. If
You didn't answer my question.
I am trying to answer your question, because your question shows you do not understand what I said. No, your response did. I'm telling you, no, your response did not reflect what I asked, what I said.
And your answer did not reflect what I asked you.
No, I did.
It didn't.
Okay.
So what's your point?
My point is that you've been indoctrinated and you're a moron.
And that's your opinion.
No, it's not an opinion. It's all this entire video right here is objective proof. Anyone can watch this and verify for themselves that you are indeed a moron.
Okay, that's fine.
It's fine that you're a moron?
You can have that opinion.
It's not an opinion. Like, you prove it over and over, and with that laugh, like, you every time that you can't think of anything else, you just laugh it off. You dismiss it. It's like you have this brain worm in your head, like literal an actual worm, that as soon as you hear information that would do anything at all to change your beliefs, you automatically either laugh it off, dismiss it, insult it, or say something stupid like, can you use science to prove it? Like, every single time you said, can you use science to prove it, I honestly have to hold my laughter, because it's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. It is honestly just asinine. Can you use science to prove it? It's just so stupid.
You ask for proof, right? When we talk about God, do you not ask for proof?
Yeah. I don't ask you for, can you prove it with science? That's stupid.
Let me give you an answer that this Christian gave, right?
I don't care what the Christian said. I don't care.
So you don't care about having a discussion?
No, I care about having a discussion. I don't care about what the Christian said. Listen to the words I said. I don't care about what the Christian said.
I don't care about what you said.
Alright.
So let me make my point.
I haven't stopped you.
If a theist says to you, right, God exists, and you ask for proof.
What makes you think that's true? That's what I would ask. I wouldn't say prove it. I would say, why do you believe that's true?
Okay, so the theist, I'm just trying to make an argument. Don't ask me a question in between.
Well, don't strawman me. I wouldn't say give me proof.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm saying generally people.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, you're having a conversation with me. You're not having a conversation with people in general. You're having a conversation with me. I don't say that.
But you also said that to me, but you wasn't referring it to me when you were talking before, right?
No. I was using a metaphor.
So a theist, the way he'll prove that, he'll say to an atheist or anti-theist or whoever, you have the belief inside of you of God already, but you're just suppressing it.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
So everybody's a believer in God, but they're just suppressing or overshadowing that belief.
Yeah, that's called sophistry. It's not a real sentence. It's a straw man.
It's not just because.
No, it's a straw man. It's a straw man position. It's saying, I don't care what you believe. Yeah, I can. I can literally refute that. No one believes. I can just say the exact opposite. The corollary. You're saying, everyone does believe in God. They're just suppressing it. And I can say, no one believes in God. They're just suppressing the fact that they don't believe. The people who say they believe, they're actually suppressing the fact that they don't believe. They're lying. I can say the exact opposite, and that's my proof.
That's like the point that you made.
What's the point that I made?
You can go ask anyone about a child about what they believe, right, or whatever.
Yeah. And the people who say they believe in God, you tell them, hey, you don't actually believe in God, you're suppressing your disbelief in God. They'll laugh at you and say, you're a fucking asshole, get away from me, I know what I believe. Likewise, when you tell someone who doesn't believe that they're suppressing the fact that they do believe, they'll tell you, no, fuck you, you're a fucking asshole, get away from me, I don't believe that. So I'm going to tell you the same thing. No, fuck you, you're a fucking asshole, I don't believe that. All three of us are saying the same thing. You're the only one who's saying you're suppressing. Stop saying that. That's rude. Don't tell me what I believe. I know what I believe. I just disproved it. I literally just disproved it.
Subconsciously. So you can't bring it into your consciousness.
Yeah, you can't bring it into your consciousness that you don't believe in God. You keep suppressing the fact that you don't believe. The believers suppress the fact that they don't believe, and the disbelievers suppress the fact that they do believe. Wow, what amazing sophistry! Those are just sentences. That's literally your argument, that the people who don't believe, that everyone in the world believes, and the ones who don't believe are actually just suppressing the fact that they actually do believe. And I'm telling you the opposite of that, that everyone in the world doesn't believe, and the ones who do say they believe are actually suppressing the fact that they don't believe. It's literally the same argument back and forth, because it's sophistry. If you can repeat something back to someone else in the exact opposite and it's also true, it's sophistry. It doesn't work. It's like saying 0 plus 0 is 0. Like, we didn't move the conversation anywhere. You're using what's it called, fallacious arguments in order to persuade yourself and others. Yeah, you are.
I was just trying to make a point by using that argument.
Yeah, and I'm trying to disprove their argument.
That isn't correct.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to make a point that was good. I was
Okay.
trying to say the way.
And I'm trying to explain how the point is not good. So do you have an actual good point for why I should believe in God, or your God specifically? Because not just believe in any God, it's also believe in your specific God. Out of the 40,000 gods out there, you want me to believe in your specific God. So why should I believe in your specific God? Why do you believe in it?
Why do I believe in it?
Yeah.
I think it's the most rational, coherent explanation to reality.
Yeah, that's a sentence. That's not an actual thing. I want to know why you believe in God. Like, if you asked me why do you believe 1 plus 1 equals 2, and I gave you the exact same response, it wouldn't tell you why I believe 1 plus 1 equals 2. Like, oh, I believe 1 plus 1 equals 2 because there's the most rational, logical reason for it. That's sophistry. It's circular. I believe God is real because it's rational. That's not an answer. I believe 1 plus 1 is 2 because it's rational. That's not an answer. I believe the earth is flat because it's rational. Like, you can say the same thing for anything. I believe the earth is flat because it's the most rational thing, blah, 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 blah. The whole thing you said.
I asked you this initial question. Why do you not believe in a God? Or your position, right?
I'm waiting for proof.
Because it's irrational to believe in something that
No, I didn't say that. You can go back to the video and you can see that I didn't say that. You can go back in the video and even see that I didn't say that. Stop strawmanning me. Try to actually refer to what I've said, or you can ask me right now what I believe.
The opposite of what you believe is rational, right? That would be irrational.
No. Holding a belief without justifiable reasoning is irrational. If you hold a belief without a justifiable reason, you are being irrational.
The opposite to your position is irrational, right?
I cannot find a justifiable reason to believe in a God. I cannot find a justifiable position to believe in a God, therefore my position is rational, because I don't hold any unjustifiable reasons to disbelieve. I just don't believe. You have to give me a justifiable reason to believe. If you were going to ask me, hey, give me an objective reason to believe 1 and 1 is 2, I would say, okay, get an object, get an identical object, and put it next to it. How many objects do you have? And then you would say 2, and it's like, see, that is objective proof that 1 and 1 is 2. But when you ask me something as stupid as, oh, do you believe in a God exists? It's like, no, I don't. There is nothing objective for me to verify that a God is real. Nothing at all, period. It is all nonsense. It is the laws of logic.
Laws of logic.
I don't need to believe in them. Sure. Let's pretend that I do. That you know what you're talking about and that I do. Go ahead.
How can you prove them?
They are true because any other reasoning would disprove them. How do I explain this? No, it's not circular. They're true because any other way there wouldn't be true.
But you're using logic to determine that, right?
I'm using logic to determine. I'm using reality. It's called objective verification. Now you're trying to disprove. Now math itself isn't real. That's what you're trying to tell me. That 1 and 1 isn't true. This is the issue. No, you just said that. You're a fucking moron. I can't talk to you. No, I can't. I can't talk to you. No, you're a fucking moron, man. You did. I'm done. We can talk some other time, but right now I want you to ponder on that, whether or not math is real, because that's what you just said. Math isn't real.
I didn't say that.
You did.
You're straw manning me.
Oh, I'm not. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Tell me. The laws of logic in math. Do I need to prove them that they're real?
That's not the only
I'm trying to do what you do. You laugh at at nonsense, right? That's what you do.
You can do that.
I'm waiting to hear, man. What is your nonsense about the laws of logic? Because when someone starts arguing this stuff, I end the conversation because now you're telling me that reality isn't real, and that's when I call you a fucking moron and I end the call. So I need to understand. Is that what you're saying? Are you telling me that reality isn't real?
That's not what I said.
It sounds like it. I can go back in the call and verify this, but I'm pretty sure that's what you said.
So you can't prove that. You can't prove the laws of logic.
See, this is what I mean. I don't need to prove the laws of logic. I can prove them. They're.
You prove logic.
Yes.
Without using logic.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Done.
You haven't done anything.
Yes, I did.
You haven't.
Yes, I did.
Okay, that's your opinion.
Sure.
Anyways. So what do you think the purpose of this reality is?
For you to live it and then die.
Okay. That's the only purpose?
For you to live it and then die, yeah. That's pretty much an all-encompassing purpose.
Objective or subjective?
Both.
How can you prove that it's subjective?
Kill yourself and you'll find out.
Is that the ultimate explanation of reality?
Is what the ultimate explanation of reality? You killing yourself? I have no idea. You shouldn't kill yourself for no reason, but if you want to find out, I mean, that's a good way of doing it.
Do you believe in life after death?
Nope. That doesn't even make sense.
Why does that not make sense?
Because then it wouldn't be death. Death is the end, and if you have a life after you die, then that wasn't death. Like, do you think? Are you need to use your brain, man.
You know what death is?
Death is you're no longer awake, no longer conscious.
Yeah, can you be given conscious afterwards?
No.
You don't believe that?
No.
Were you given conscious in the first place?
No.
How did you get consciousness?
You attained it through life experiences and being born. Your parents fucked and then they had you. You were born, and then as you grew up, you slowly experienced life and learned. Your brain memorized things and and uses patterns to do certain processes.
You're saying consciousness can be gained through experience.
Experience and consciousness and memory are all intertwined.
So are you saying you gain consciousness through experience?
Yes.
Okay.
The more you experience, the more conscientious you are.
So explain that to me.
Sure. A person who grows up their entire life being told that Americans are evil, and then later on they talk to an American and they're like, oh wait, that American isn't evil. That person has gained a new experience and they are now more conscientious of the fact that people are not evil. in general.
Define consciousness.
Define consciousness?
Yeah.
But I don't know what you mean. What do you mean define consciousness? It's the person's cognizance.
English language.
It's the person's cognizance. I don't know what you mean.
Cognizant of what?
Of their existence. Sentience is a person's awareness of their own existence. Being conscious means that you are aware of the things around you that exist. Being sentient means that you're aware that you exist. And having sonder means that you're aware that others exist. There's layers to this. Like, for example, a bird shows very good...
Can you relate them to the human mind?
Relay them to the human... What are you talking about? Relay them to the human mind. Did you even understand the words that I said?
Yes, I do. You said there's layers to them, right?
There's layers to perception, yes. To consciousness.
Yes. Can you relate them to the human mind through science?
I fucking did, but you're not listening.
So what part of the human mind depicts those layers?
Okay, you have a brain, and the brain runs something like a software. It's like a computer, right? So you have a computer that's hardware.
The whole mechanism.
You're not listening. So you're not listening. Yeah, but you're not listening. Yeah, but you're not listening.
Go ahead.
Okay. Is there a part of your hard drive of your computer that's the Microsoft Word? No, there is no Microsoft Word in your computer itself. Microsoft Word is a process inside your computer. It's a process. Likewise, consciousness is a process inside your brain. Your mind is a process of the brain. There is no spot. Listen, there is no location where there is your memory of Microsoft Word, just like on the computer, there is no location where Microsoft Word is located at. You need an interface called a screen in order to see Microsoft Word. Likewise, in real life, in order to tell someone is conscious, we have an interface called them speaking to you. That's one of the interfaces we use. In fact, when in medicine we have something called the Glasgow Coma Score, which we measure cognizance and consciousness to see whether or not I need to intubate someone. If you score an 8, that means that you are not conscious, and likely you need me to put a tube down your throat to help you breathe. We have layers of consciousness. Whether you want to recognize it or not, it's there. This is real science, testable, verifiable. I've put tubes down people's throats. Like I've seen, I have to know these things. And before I do that, I can't just care about someone who's walking around, give them the medications to knock them out, and then boom, put a tube down there. I can't just do that. I have specific medical objective standards that I have to meet in order to put a tube down someone's throat when they're unconscious. In order for me to verify if someone is unconscious or conscious, I have to test that. I have scientific verifiable tests to verify, to check whether or not someone is conscious or not. We have tests for this. Literally what you're asking for, I've done in real life. You don't seem to know anything about this though. I don't care. I don't care, man. I'm done. I'm so done. No, I don't care, man. You keep bringing up all this nonsense, and I ask you, all I want to know is, why do you believe in God? Why do you believe in it? I've tried giving you all this time to see if maybe you would choose to answer it.
I'm here to try and convince you because you've already heard the arguments. If you don't want to believe, if you don't.
But what argument? You haven't given me an argument. You haven't given me any reason to believe in God at all. Any period. None.
I'm not here to do that. I'm not here to do that.
It seems like you are. It seems like you're trying to convince me of something.
I'm not here to do that.
Yeah, it seems like you are.
If I was trying to do that, I would have done it by now. But I'm not trying to.
You would have done it. Oh, go ahead. Then do it.
But I'm not trying to.
Yeah, but go ahead and do it. You said you would have done it by now, so go ahead and do it. Save me from this mortal coil. Save me from this mortal coil. Help me become a Muslim. Come on now. Isn't this what your book says? Your book says that you're supposed to go around. Yeah, your book says you're supposed to go around telling people to help them become Muslim. You're not going to force me to be Muslim. You're just going to give me some information that I need to hear in order to become Muslim myself. So go ahead, man. Help me become Muslim. I'm not telling you to make me a Muslim. I'm asking you to give me. No. You said that you had information. You said you had information that would make me Muslim. So go ahead. Give me that information. Is this information gonna turn me Muslim?
Well, we'll find out.
Alright, go ahead.
Okay, so relating to what you said before, right? It says here, you said science can't explain consciousness, right? It says here, science as we know it can't explain consciousness.
Yeah, it's an anecdote, but thank you.
What do you mean an anecdote?
Someone said something doesn't make it true.
So you don't believe in scientific...
I don't believe in the quote you read. I have no reason to believe the quote you read. I've told you exactly how we can do it. It's called the Glasgow Coma Score. This is how I know whether or not to intubate people. I've given you actual verifiable information. I've given you actual verifiable information, and all you've done for me is read a quote that says, "No, they can't." I don't care if you say they can't. It doesn't matter, man. You can find a quote that says that the Earth is flat. Go ahead, go find a quote. The Earth is flat.
Philip Goff, Durham University.
Yeah, good for them. There's other universities that say the Earth is flat. Are you gonna listen to them too?
Okay, can you quote me a university that says that you can explain consciousness through science?
Yeah, no, I'm not claiming that. I don't really care. I don't give a fuck. I'm telling you right now, your sophistry is boring. I think this has gone long enough. If you want to have another conversation, we can. But I'm tired, man. The nonsense you spew is just too much. It's too much bullshit, man. I can't.
That's fine, dude. That's fine.
Yeah. So if you want to have another conversation, we can. It's just stop being a moron. All right.
Okay, that's fine.
Is there anything else you wanted to say, or? Nah.
I'm not here to have a debate, to be honest.
It seemed like you are. It seems like you're here just to harass and argue. Because all you've done is that. All you've done is try to harass and argue, and I've been trying to be as useful as I can, but you're a fucking moron, so you keep doing the same things over and over again. It's impossible to be polite to you. You intentionally do things to it's like the person who goes to a bar and punches someone in the face and then complains when there's a bar fight. Whoa, why are you punching me in the face? It's like, dude, you threw beer at me, I'm gonna punch you in the face. You throw beer at me, I'm gonna punch you in the face. I'm not playing the victim card. I'm not playing the victim at all. I'm telling you that I'm gonna break this bottle of beer over your head if you keep punching me in the face. It's not a victim. I'm gonna go to jail for breaking this bottle of beer over your head. I don't care. Do you not understand that? I don't give a fuck. You're a fucking asshole. You're a dumbass. You're a piece of shit. And you will continue to be a piece of shit and a dumbass the more you continue being this way. This is the third conversation I've had with you, and you are the same exact moron that you were before and the second exact moron that you are today. If you would drop the bigotry and start being a decent person and start being respectful, then maybe, just maybe, you might grow into a better person. But right now, every single person who you talk to this way will say the same thing. You're a fucking asshole and you're a moron. They're just going to tell you the same exact things I'm telling you. I'm trying to help you so you can stop being an asshole and a moron. You can be a better person, man. You can be a better person. You don't need to be this way. I'm pleading to you to be a better person. Can you be a better person for me? I will stop calling you a fucking asshole if you stop acting like one. If you can please stop doing that, then I will stop doing that. Okay. Oh, I'm letting you know that you can do whatever you want to, and if you continue being a fucking asshole, I will continue calling you one. It is as simple as that, okay?
That's fine. I'm
all
not
right.
trying to be one, though, but if you
No, but that's the thing. You're trying not to be one, but the thing is that you are being one. You're insulting Americans, you're insulting white people, you're insulting atheists, you're insulting me, you insult everyone all the time. You go into my communities and you post spam. I'm not interested in your nonsense, man. It's just bullshit, and it's continuous. It's on and on and on and on. It's really annoying. The sophistry is unbearable. So I'm begging you, stop using sophistry, be a better person, or I will continue calling you an asshole. It's as simple as that. One of the things you can help is that when someone says something, it's not calling you names. I'm not calling you names, man. I'm telling you the truth. This is your behavior. So let me tell you this way. If you went around and you stabbed someone in the chest and murdered them, and I told you, hey, if you go around stabbing someone and I say you're a stabber. I'm not insulting you. I'm saying that you. Then you can't really get mad at me for pointing out that you're a fucking asshole. I mean, it's as simple as that. I'm just tired. This is third conversation. I think third conversation for this long. I think I've held my patience long enough, and I insulted him enough. So much insults, just nonsense, just horrible. That was an hour, an unbearable hour of just. This is the worst. Just the worst. The worst human beings. The worst human beings alive on this planet today are sophists. Those people do not care about anything. They don't care about what you say. They don't care about what they say. They will say anything as long as it makes them feel like they're winning or doing something, yada yada. Like it's nonsensical. I cannot make sense of it. I would like him to stop. That's why I tried calling him an asshole. Maybe, just maybe, pointing out to someone, hey, you just murdered people. You're a murderer. Will make them go, oh, I'm not a murderer. Fuck you, I'll kill you. It's like, that's the mindset here. I tell him, hey, you're a bigot. I'm not a bigot. You're a fucking bigot because all you atheists believe, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, oh my gosh, it's impossible. There's no way. There's no way. I'm gonna try to keep having conversation with him, but every single time he does this stuff, I'm gonna have to point it out to him, and I'm gonna say, hey, you're being an asshole right now. You should stop. You're being a moron right now. You should stop. Hey, you're being dumb. You're like, it's just I just can't. And then one of the things that really bothered me, that got me over the edge, was in the communications. He's telling me, oh, go online to this website and have a conversation on Friday with them. And then I'm like, I don't have an account with them. I don't have a microphone for the online on a laptop like Discord. I don't even use Discord. I don't use that. I use PlayStation. I'm not interested in getting on BitChute or any of that nonsense. No, stop. And then he's telling me, go buy a mic. And like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I'm not gonna go buy a mic just so I can have a conversation with you on one day. No, this is ridiculous. I'm gonna play against Prac the Alchemist or go on League of Legends and play that. I'm sick and tired of this. This is an hour. This is me trying to get him to stop harassing me, answering his questions as much as I can, and he won't stop. He doesn't stop.